sometimes the hardest battles in life come without a warning. It's a battlefield we can never prepare for because it creeps on us when we least expect it. And during times like this, we often find ourselves asking, is it all worth going through? And will it change who we become in the future? To put it simply, all these battles, all these struggles in life have a purpose. It's meant for us to grow and improve on. And they're meant for us to change who we are and become who we want to be. And also, these challenges do have an impact on us in the long run. It makes us know what we know and be who we are today. And now, you might be thinking, why? Why does this happen? Why do we have to go through all these changes? Think of it like this. Imagine, from the moment you were born to the moment you stand here today, let's say your life has absolutely been pitch perfect. You never had to worry about anything. Now that might sound like the best thing to ever happen. In reality, that's a nightmare. Because these challenges are what builds us. These challenges are what makes us who we are. We wouldn't have the maturity, the thinking skills, or the solving skills that we have today without these challenges. And I know it sounds like I'm glorifying the element of struggle just because. But when we look at it in a way, we see how important it is for us to grow and upon these challenges. A personal experience that I had to go through and a battle of mine that has changed me for the better. The battle of procrastination. Now, procrastination. Some of us already know what that means. The term procrastination means to just delay something for the longest period of time and not get it done. That procrastination in me came with a subject, math. We all have those subjects where whenever we hear, we just roll our eyes at it. That was for me, math. I hated it. I would postpone things, I wouldn't do it just because, and when I did, I didn't put the most maximum effort into it. But part of me, when I realized that high school was soon, I realized that it was gonna dawn on me and it would all have an effect on my grades and who I am. So I need to step up. I needed to change for the better. This was when I invented the triple S method. Now, the first thing of this method is shift. I had to shift my mindset. I had to change the way I thought. I had to stop procrastinating in total. I needed to become the better version of me, and I needed to visualize it. The second step, seeking help. And I know when we hear the word seeking help, we automatically think that it's weakness. We need help. That's why we need someone to be there. But when we look back in our lives, when we all were in a hardship, we all realized there was someone there to assure us, someone there to make sure that we could get through it and make sure that we succeeded in whatever challenge that was. So don't be afraid to ask for help. In my case, I had to ask for help through extra lessons, watching videos, and just all in all, having talks that I could get through this. Last thing, solving that setback. This is a step that everyone associates with when they hear the word struggle, hardship, obstacle. Solving that particular setback. And it might sound scary, but when you all do these things at once, it would be so much easier to go through and so much easier to solve that single struggle. Now, that was a very broad example, but this method can help through major and minor tasks. Now, enough on math and enough of this method. Let's talk about change and how it's important. Now, change. Now, I'm not saying that we have to go through all these hardest battles and all these struggles that, destroy our lives. I'm saying that through these challenges and battles, the way we choose to embrace it and the way we choose to go through them is how we're able to change. When we view these weaknesses as strengths and an opportunity to grow, we teach ourselves, we help shape ourselves, and we become the version of ourselves that we want to become. Take a butterfly, for example. Now, a butterfly wasn't always like that. It had to go through that process of change. We had to go through the process of change too. But instead of rejecting it, the butterfly actually embraces it and doesn't think any of it. Just like how we should not let transformation drive us into scarcity, but it should drive us into motivation of the person who we aspire to be. Now, in the end, we all go through all these struggles, all these hardships, but we shouldn't be afraid to do so. In fact, when someone says they've never gone through a life-changing hardship, just know it is to come. And we should always see these struggles and all these hardships as an opportunity. Instead of seeing them as a weakness, we should see them as a pathway, a gate to a new world of who we want to become. Ladies and gentlemen, that was it for my speech. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something from it.